What's up guys, Evasion here and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be doing some Fire Mage Subtlety Rogue gameplay, and rather than just talk about the strats and stuff like that, I'm going to talk about what I want to improve on, as I do feel that I have been improving at this comp a fair bit, and it's been a while in this game where I actually felt like I've been improving, so I definitely want to share that with you guys. And also on top of that, this rogue is still really undergeared. I only have 388 item level even after hitting 2100 in twos. It's still pretty undergeared, so it's holding me back a little bit, I think, but I don't think gear is as big of a deal for Mage Rogue as it is for some other comps. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy these clips, and let's hop straight into the games. Alright, so hopping into this first game here, we have a game against Shadow Priest Rogue. This game's not too bad, but still going to go over some things that could have went differently. Basically, we're going to be trying to kill the Shadow Priest because we can get a sap on him, and it's a clean opener for the Mage. It pretty much forces the Rogue to come out of stealth on my Mage. So knowing that, I'm kind of positioned near him. I go for the Mark for Death kidney shot onto him, and then I dance cheap shot the Priest. Start doing some damage here. He trinkets and fades, so I can't get anything else further on him. I vanish here. I should have went for a Shadow Meld because I'm Night Elf, and this was a really good opportunity to use it successfully. Could have saved Vanish for later on. And the Rogue's pretty much stuck around here. My Mage gets really nice Nova double ring here. And I keep sitting in stealth. The reason I'm in stealth here is because both targets are stun DR and on poly DR, so I'm just kind of hanging out for a second, milking it. I go for a bomb from stealth here, but it looks like the Priest gets silence on my Mage to stop his cast before he does. I notice my Mage's LOS here, so I go for a sap off of the Ring of Frost, which is really good on my part. And we get the dispersion there. I get blinded here, and my Mage gets a really short sheep onto the Rogue. I should have instantly trinketed this, but I sat it for a second, so a little bit of indecision there. And then after I trinketed, I decided to run away from the Rogue when I should have just turned and used kidney shot on him. As you do notice, I have 5 points. Had I done this, I would have been able to train down the Priest a lot faster here, and we would have had the game even quicker. But basically, I'm forced to use extra cooldowns because of that blunder. I get my blades up now, and I'm pretty much able to kill this Priest, no problem. With lots of damage, but as you see here, we don't even have the Rogue's Trinket yet, so had I did that earlier play where I kidney shotted him, he would have trinketed to save his Priest, and then we would have had a full sheep here on the Rogue, and the game would have been even cleaner. Nonetheless, still a win, but just because you win the match doesn't mean you shouldn't try to do it better next time, and let's hop into the next game. Also, I believe these clips are around 2150 or something. There are 2100 MMR. This was actually the game after I got Duelist on this Rogue, but let's hop into the next clip. Alright, hopping into this next game, it's a weird comp. We got Shadow Priest, Holy Priest here, and a lot of things happen in this game that are definitely not very smooth on my part. I go close to the Holy Priest here, and I get found for Mindseer when I should have just ran to sap the Shadow Priest and immediately get onto the Holy Priest. We would have probably forced a trinket. Instead, they get a lot of pressure out on me, and I'm forced to bomb. I go with a mini go onto the Priest here, and we forced greater fade, and I get the blind onto the whole or the Shadow, and he trinkets. Now I'm just on the pillar trying to not die from these pets and the dots. I run away from the Shadow here too. I'm forced to actually vanish. I just left combat at the last moment there, but I thought it was bugged. Didn't think I was going to get out in time. And I don't stop the mind control, so I actually get Ring of Frost, and it forces my trinket in order to keep the CC chain going on the Shadow. But we get a lot of major cooldowns out of the Holy Priest here, which is definitely what put us back ahead. I duel the Shadow off here just so he can't get pressure out of my Mage. I still have Cloak of Shadows, so I'm less worried about it myself. But the Shadow does some pretty good stuff to me there. We're just waiting for DRs. We almost have the setup here. The Holy Priest greater fade, so I can't stun him right here, so he's able to get the Dispel on the poly. It was a good poly on the Shadow Priest, I just wasn't able to stop it. But I get the stuns out onto the Holy Priest, the kidney on the Shadow. We're able to recover and get the kill. So not the greatest game for sure. It's mostly the opener that really screwed up. I should have just got that sap to avoid the Mindseer. I believe this was actually the Duelist game. I think the MMR is around 2180 or something like that. But anyway, let's hop into the next clip. I'll probably get a little bit more smooth from here on out too. Actually, I have a loss as well. I have a loss I want to include. Guys, some of you ask for a loss from time to time, so we're going to go over one of those. Definitely have one that I made a pretty critical error, and we're going to check that out right now. Alright, so hopping into this game here, we have a game against Assassination Rogue and Fire Mage. This game actually turns out to be a loss. And it was actually, we had the game totally won, and it was just something that I did wrong. So we're going to look into that here. Basically, we're trying to kill the Fire Mage. I want to try and get early CC on the Rogue so that we can get him controlled and get more damage out on their mage than they get out on us. Which is actually, that whole logic is why I ended up screwing up this game. We get a decent opener here. I get the kidney shot right on the Rogue from stealth, and I get a dance cheap shot onto the mage. The Rogue trinkets really late and goes to the blind of my mage, which he could have trinketed earlier, but it was still good enough. Basically right now, the only CC that we can get out onto the Rogue is blind, and he has no trinket for it, so we should be able to do a lot to this mage here. We do, and we forced out his ice block early. Right here, I leave the mage. I'm kind of unsure what to do here. Honestly, I probably should have just vanished out so I didn't get hit by Dragon's Breath. I was actually okay to trinket this Dragon's Breath and stun the mage to win the game. Right here, this is where I go for the big mistake. I wanted to get this kidney shot onto the Rogue, and I ended up not getting it quick enough, and the mage gets out a ton of damage on my mage and kills him. When if we just back that up real quick, you see that when I get Dragon's Breath, the Rogue is in the polymorph, and I bomb over here so that the mage can't get anything onto my mage, but I should have just cheap shotted them right out of that, and the Rogue was controlled long enough that we probably could have just killed that guy right there. But instead, what happens here now is the Rogue gets a re. I got Nova'd, so I couldn't peel it. I had no way out of that Frost Nova other than trinketing, which would have been real awkward. And I get the kidney shot on the Rogue, but the majority of the damage is coming from the mage, so I'm not able to stop it fast enough, and my mage gets smoked. I do get the counter kill, but I end up losing the 1v1 here. Still not used to sub 1v1s. I still have like an assassination playstyle where I want to run away a lot. But anyway, let's hop into the final game, which is going to be a little bit smoother than this one. Alright, last game here, we have a game against Holy Pally and Assassination Rogue, and this game's a little bit smoother than the rest of the games have been so far in this video. Just to wrap it up with a cleaner example, I'm going to get a sap out onto the Holy Pally, and just to criticize myself here, I could have, once again, my mage says to sap him, I could have sapped him earlier. I got to be careful not to get hit by Consecration, and I go for the sap. My Paladin's going to start casting at the Holy Pally, which is going to get the Rogue to come out of stealth. I get a kidney shot off the sap on the Paladin, and I go for some dance cheap shots here onto the Rogue. We force out Sacrifice from the Paladin, so I don't do anything crazy like Trinket this or Blind or whatever. I decide to duel the Paladin, though, to stall Sacrifice because we can't do any other form of crowd control. Paladin does some decent damage here to me, but I use my Crimson Vial. I just line of sight here. I'm waiting for that stun here on the Paladin. I come back out. I get the kidney shot. Right here, we got the sheep and the kidney shot out. So my Rogue, or my Mage, is able to get some good damage into these cheap shots. We force Trinket Cloak, and I get immediately back on the pillar just to avoid some damage. I vanish clean out, and off of this sheep, I am going to go for my blind so that we get the Trinket. At this point in the game, guys, we have both trinkets. We've gotten Sacrifice out of the way, and I still have Cloak of Shadows and Smoke Bomb. So this game's looking like a win at this point, and I just need to live for these DRs. The one little thing that I do here that's kind of maybe not obvious is when the Rogue vanishes out, I decide to run out into the open, and the reason I do this, I go for some food here, and it's going to force them to run off the pillar. The Pally doesn't want me to eat, so he hits me, but he actually forced himself off the pillar too far, so it's going to be a really easy sheep off that kidney shot had he not bubbled. But the Rogue doesn't have any defensives, and he has no sack, so we're able to get off a ton of damage, and the Rogue just gets run over. That's going to be the last clip of this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed these games. Most of these games were between 2150 and 2200 mmr. We're still not using voice, and I definitely feel like I've been improving a lot at this comp. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Please let me know in the comments below what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more dudes. And also, I'm going to leave some links in the description below to my Twitch. Twitch.tv/EvasionX. I've been streaming a little bit more, and my Twitter as well, twitter.com/EvasionX. And I've also started a Patreon, so I'll leave a link to all of those things in the description below. Also, shout out to my current patrons. You guys rock, and we're going to see you guys all next time.